What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. My thoughts, what I think about the fight in general. I've heard a lot of MMA fans really hating on Ben Askren, and it's really confusing to me because we should be rooting for Ben, not against Ben. Because if Jake Paul happens to win, this whole thing it gets a little weird, and it gets a lot weird actually. So, as you can see, I have the little picture right here. Let me move my head. To this side. As you can see, we have like the little poster. It's on Triller. It's on Triller. They're paying Ben a boatload of money. I'm happy for Ben. But I'm gonna explain what I think about this fight and just go into detail of what I think about the fight and explain why I think Ben is gonna win because I'm gonna put money on Ben Askren. He's an underdog. He's an underdog. Okay, so let me just explain. I've watched every single Jake Paul fight, so don't think that I'm not educated on Jake Paul. I've seen his progression, and I've seen him go from fighting the YouTuber Deji to then the next guy Gibb or something like that to now Nate Robinson. Those are the three people he's fought. Who the fuck are those guys, huh? Um, so basically, you have Deji, who's a YouTuber. I'm actually gonna look up. Look up Deji real quick, just to show you what this guy. Does it spell the E? This is an epic fail. Okay, so this is the guy he fought. He's a strong guy. He looks ripped, but you beat a guy with glasses, Jake. You beat a guy with glasses. I'm not. Hey. I'm not hating. He won fair and square, but just keep in mind that that's who Jake Paul has beat, and then the other guy's Gibb. Um, Gibb YouTube. Let me just look that up. Maybe Anderson Anderson Gibb. So this is the guy he beat. Again, like I don't know. I don't agree that they should have probably fought. Um, it was a starching by Jake Paul, and let me get it. That's the breakdown of Jake Paul. Then he fought Nate Robinson, the dunk contest winner. Oh my God, the athletic. You know how athletic fighting is not about athletics. Fighting is about fighting. If you're not fighting, guess what? You're not gonna be good at fighting. That's period. That's how it is. So basically, you have Jake Paul who has beat up a few guys that he probably should beat up, and he. One thing, my biggest gripe about Jake Paul is that he's like, oh, I want to take boxing serious. I want to take boxing serious, but then he's fought Deji, he's fought Gibb, and now he's fighting. And then Nate Robinson. You want to take this serious? Take some fights, man. He's a good boxer. He's got good fundamental boxing skills. But you're fighting a different animal. You're fighting a fighter who's taking punches from Ben Askren. Or he is Ben Askren. He's taking punches from Robbie Lawler, Douglas Lima. The list goes on and on. Ben Askren's record is, and now the biggest argument about Ben Askren is, oh well, he's a wrestler, and his striking isn't that good. And it's like, okay, fair enough. His striking is not good at all. But if you look at the people that this man has fought, it's insane. Like he lost Miriam Maya, whatever. Lost to Masvidal. Anybody gets knocked hit by with that knee, they're getting knocked out. But just a list of people: Jay Haran, Douglas Lima, Lehman Good. There's a lot of high level coach cop, and it's like he TKO'd him. I mean, sure, it was probably on the ground, but you had to stand with this man to to get him to the ground. So, regardless of what you think about Ben Askren's striking, this man was an Olympic wrestler. If you don't think that he could put 3 months of his time into boxing training and become one of the not okay, whew, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. If you don't think he could put 3 months of his time focused strictly on boxing and not be able to beat up a YouTuber, you're out your mind, man. You're out your mind. I'm sorry. I don't care how good Jake Paul is. I don't care how many training partners he's knocking out. Like, he's not beating real competition. He's not Nate Robinson is not a real boxer. Deji is not a real boxer. Gibb is not a real boxer. You guys have to understand this man has fought real fighters, real killers. Look at let's just go to Douglas Lima, for example. I mean, he fought Douglas Lima pretty early on in his career. 14 knockouts. Just keep that in mind. 14 knockouts. Oh, okay. Um, but he couldn't hit Ben Askren that hard? Oh, okay, okay. What about Jay Hiran? 6 knockouts. 23 wins, 7 losses. A lot of decisions. So, oh, Robbie Lawler? Robbie Lawler? 20 knockouts out of his 28 wins, 20 knockouts. And you can say, oh, look at his last 4 fights he's lost. Yeah, whatever. 20 knockouts. Almost knocked out Ben, but couldn't do it. And you think this man right here is going to knock out Ben Askren? I don't think so. I honestly do not think so. And I respect Jake Paul. You know, he's doing what he wants to do, and that's awesome. Fight, dude. If you want to fight, but if you want to fight, do it the right way. All these guys had to come up, man. These guys didn't get to fight, Ben Askren and their. Is this his second? Was the fight against Deji even a professional fight? I don't think it was. I think it was an amateur. So he's 2-0. Look at the tape right here. 2 boxing fights, 2 wins, 2 KOs. He's 6'1", 13 stone, 7 pounds. Why are we doing this, man? And then you have Ben Askren is 5'10", 36 years of age, funky. Um, yeah, I don't understand, man. I don't understand how people think that. Could Jake Paul clip him? Could Jake Paul knock him out? Yes, he could knock him out. That's the crazy thing about fighting is anybody can win on any given day, but I don't see Jake Paul winning. Um, I see Ben Askren, and this whole him training with Masvidal thing and that stupid uppercut that he was throwing. Sidestep, sidestep. If you if Ben has not learned anything about since the Masvidal fight, I mean, obviously he's not gonna dart in for a takedown. He's not gonna run straight at him with his chin up. So if if you see Jake Paul trying to throw that, pop, 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 pop. I'm not saying Ben's gonna knock him out in the first round, but Ben wins. Ben's gonna win. I'm not dismissive of Jake Paul's skill. He obviously has skill. I would like to see him build up though. You know what I mean? You don't just go in there and fight Ben Askren. So just depends. I mean, I don't see him beating Ben Askren. Um, I don't even think this fight should be happening. Don't know how it gets sanctioned, but whatever. It's gonna happen. And then you have Floyd Mayweather fighting Jake Paul's brother. Um, if 2020 wasn't weird, 2021 is off to a very weird start. You have Mayweather versus Logan Paul and Jake Paul versus fighting Ben Askren. It's bonkers, man. Who would have thought? And if you would have told me in 2020, then in 2021, after he retired, that Ben Askren would be fighting in a boxing match, I would have called you crazy. I would have called you crazy, but nonetheless, he did it. He's gonna fight Jake Paul, and we're gonna see. I I genuinely think Ben Askren wins. I know he's calling for a seventh round TKO, but I don't know. I feel like Ben's gonna really pressure him and make him. Ben's a strong dude. Ben's a very strong dude. He's gonna hold him and put his weight on him, and Jake's gonna get tired, probably gas out, and then Jake's like, oh, he's an MMA fighter. He was supposed to beat me. Now I'm gonna fight other YouTubers. He's gonna call for the lame excuses. It's all good. I mean, and if he wins, MMA has the excuse. You fought Ben Askren, bro. You fought Ben Askren, so congrats. You beat a wrestler in boxing. I would love to see him fight Michael Bisping, but Michael Bisping just had neck surgery, so. But yeah, yeah, this is this is the man who hopefully ends this man. I don't know. Hey, if Jake Paul wins, all power to him. But Ben Askren, I feel like Ben Askren is the fighter and has fought and has gotten hit and has dealt with adversity in his career. So I think it's gonna be all him. Um, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I don't want to get too deep into this because obviously it's one of those fights where it's like it doesn't really matter, but nonetheless, I'm gonna be watching it. I'll pay for it, $20, whatever, however much they're gonna charge. I don't think they could charge more than $30 for this fight, to be fair, but they probably will, and I'll probably still buy it. So I'm a fight fiend. What can I say? Let me know what you guys think down below, and yeah, buy Dogecoin.